welcome back, welcome back. So in this one, I'm going to show you guys how to actually set up your folders getting ready for Dreamweaver. And I'm also going to show you how to quickly create a random test page in Dreamweaver just to make sure everything's working. Typically when programming, people always create what's known as a hello world program. It's just a way to test if things are working, just to have your first program out, just to do something. All right, so here on my desktop, as you can see, I've got quite a few folders. You can create your folder wherever you want. So some people prefer to use documents, some prefer to use desktop. Wherever you create your folder to work from is perfectly fine. I'm going to go into my Unit 6 web development folder here, and I've got most of the stuff I use in here. What I'm going to actually do is create another folder and call it maybe Rockstar website. So I'm going to right click on a blank space, go to new, and go to folder here. Now this should be the same for Windows 10. I'm using Windows 11. The process should be the same. These things here might look slightly different. It might actually look like this, but it's going to be exactly the same process. Right click, go to new, and go to folder. I'm going to call this one, let's just say GTA website. And as you can see, the naming convention typically is to not have spaces in the names of stuff. So GTA website, one word, no space, GTA in capital, and then the W for website in caps lock as well. So that's my folder there created. Inside this folder, typically you want to have multiple folders. For example, you're going to want to have one. So let me create a new folder again. The shortcut for doing that is Control, Shift, and N, and that creates a new folder for you. We can call this one, let's say images. Then we can now right click again, or we can go to new, or we can go to folder. So that's two ways of doing it. We can call this one maybe audio. We're not going to have any videos from my website. Actually, you know what? Let's just have a video. I'm going to have a really short video on the website just so I can show you how videos work, how to put them in videos. Typically, we don't need anything else. All the website files themselves are going to be under this section here where I see my mouse moving. And this is where we're going to put each of these types of files so that when we link them, we go into those folders. So let's say I think I said I'm going to have like a podcast of the game that's being displayed in audio. I'm just going to go into audio and find that file and put it on the website. After you've created your file and your folder, your files and folders and everything you need there, yes, these are completely empty. In later sections, I'm going to actually show you how I would go through and create a banner as well, because that's something you will need. I'm going to close this. I'm going to go down here and just open Dreamweaver. Now, open Dreamweaver any way that suits you. If you want to go to the start menu and search for it, it really doesn't matter. But this is what will come up when you open Dreamweaver for the very first time. I'm just going to create a random thing that says, hello, welcome to GTA website. I'm going to go ahead and click on create new here. Now again, this page I'm creating is just a test. This is not going to be my final page. This is not me actually showing you how to do a lot of stuff. This is just showing how to do a very basic page. I'm going to go to new document. When we actually come to create our stuff, I might choose a starter template because this is much easier to work with. It's a lot less hassle for you to work with. I'm going to say, call this one test. Just test is fine. No CSS, doc type HTML5. That's definitely what you want to use. That's the newest one. Just use that one. It's the best one. I'm going to go to create. It's going to ask me potentially where I want to do it. No, didn't ask me any of that. Now, this is the view you will get. Let me skip this. This is the view you will get typically. You have the code view at the bottom and you have design view at the top. You can change this over here where you can have live, split, or just code. Either one is fine. I personally like code view or just design view where I don't see any of the code, where I can design everything, and when I'm ready I can go and look and see what the code looks like. So yeah, this is the website here. Title test, that's it. I just need to put something in the body of it. So these are known as HTML. Well, these are known as tags, and as you can see, we have the very top tag is called HTML. The very last one is called HTML as well. So what this tells is that everything inside of these tags, so everything here, this is what's known as an HTML tag. Everything inside here is going to be in your website. Under that, we have the header tag, and we have where's the other one? Header tag here as well. This tells us everything that's going to be in the header of the website. Under that, we have body, and this is typically where we put our actual content in the body of the HTML tag. So HTML is the very top thing, and inside of HTML, we have the header tag. After the header tag, we have the body tag. So think of this as styles and formatting in like a Word document. So as I've showed you guys before, heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, it's pretty much the same thing here. So your entire Word document would be your HTML file because that's where you put everything. And then different headings would have your different sections of the website. Hopefully that made sense. But if it didn't, whilst I'm doing stuff, I'm going to always be switching back and forth between code view and split view so we can see the actual stuff that we want to see on the top and we can see the code at the bottom as well. So I think the first sensible thing to do would be probably to insert, I don't know, a paragraph, a heading, something, right? Your Dreamweaver at your school might be slightly older looking. You might have a green icon, for example, but it's all going to work in more or less the same way. Even if it doesn't say HTML5, choose whatever up-to-date HTML version there is. The stuff we're doing is going to be very, very basic, so it should work just the same. I'm going to go to insert here and look at this. These are all the things that, oh, that was a mistake. Let me cancel that. These are all the things that we can actually insert into our document. So I'm going to go back to insert. And I think the simplest one is probably going to be a paragraph. When I insert a paragraph, as you can see down here, the code, the HTML code itself got populated with some text, but up here, it shows a visual representation of what we as a typical user should see. So in here, I'm just going to write, this is a test, right? And you can edit from here or you can edit from here. I prefer editing from here. Sometimes it's just a lot easier to follow in most cases. When this section here gets really, really filled up with code, it's going to be quite hard. So I'm going to show you once I remove stuff from here, it removes stuff from the top as well. This is a simple, oh wow, simple test. Done. It's up here as well. That's it. This is going to be on my web page now. So again, this is just a basic thing. Nothing hard has been done here. So for me to preview this, I have to actually open it in a web browser. So the only browsers I have installed on this PC are probably Internet Explorer, which comes with Windows, Google Chrome, and Microsoft Edge. So to do that, you go to File, and you go to real-time preview and you choose the browser you want. Now for me, because I have not saved this document yet, it should ask me if I want to save it. I'm going to choose yes and choose my location and all of that stuff. Because this is just a test one, you can save it wherever. I'm going to delete this afterwards anyway. This is just to quickly show you around the program, show you how to use the very, very basic things. So I'm going to go Google Chrome because that's the one I like to use. Do you want to save changes? I'm going to click yes. I can save this on desktop for now because I'm not going to keep this, so it doesn't really matter. And as you can see down here, it changes. Well, the file type should be HTML, HTM. Just leave it as it is and click save. And I'm going to minimize this. Oh, it's actually over here. When I drag this over, as you can see, this opens in Chrome, and this is what you've typed in. This is what you actually see. So that's your first website they're actually done. Not the best website in the world, but it works. And if I minimize both of these and I go to my desktop, you can see here I have a Google Chrome icon with the same name of the file I just saved. And I can actually right click on this and edit this, and it will actually open back into Dreamweaver, but we're not going to look at that now. If I go to edit with Notepad++, you can see exactly the same code that was in Dreamweaver, which means that you can use any text editor, any word processor to actually write your full HTML code, save it, and then run it as a Google Chrome thing or a Microsoft Edge thing. It really doesn't matter. Before I go, I want you guys to look at this program here. It's a completely free program. It's called Google Drawings, and it's what I'm going to actually use to make my logo. It's what I'm going to use to make my rollover buttons possibly. It's what I would recommend if your teacher wants you to show your designs, if your teacher wants you to save your stuff as PNG or JPEG. It's essentially a really cut down version of Photoshop, but completely free. It's on Google Drive, there are other free alternatives, but this is one I know, so this is one I'm going to use. If you can use something else to create your banners and your images and your rollover buttons, if you are going to use rollover buttons, that's perfectly fine. Do that. But this is what I know, and because it's free, everyone can access it. Once you have an internet connection, you're good to go. So it's called Google Drawings again. So I would recommend, if you don't have an account for Google, just create one quickly. Again, it's free. It's really good for cloud storage as well. And this is what I'm going to use in the next section. I might do my buttons and my banner in the next video.